not really releasing until early to mid next year. At number 1, the next mainline game in the Forza franchise we have, well, first and foremost, simply Forza Motorsport. Well, the game is obviously a Microsoft exclusive once again, where players will also be introduced to a day and night cycle time selection kind of thing, with overhauled physics, photorealistic graphics, and basically an all-new Forza Motorsport around every single corner. Check it out.
Car damage is a racing reality. In Forza Motorsport, car damage is reproduced down to the individual scratches on the bodywork. You can see here some of the new details in the directionality of damage, how the paint peels away at exposed and raised edges, in the wheel abrasions, and even in the dirt buildup. Using the power of the Xbox Series X and S consoles, ray tracing makes everything feel more connected. Cars reflecting onto other cars. Cars reflect in their own mirrors, bodywork, brake rotors, and wings.
On the other hand, Nacon actually just came out and announced the 2022 season of the FIA World Rally Championship, for those of you wondering. WRC Generations, the 7th entry in the series, said this is a revolution for the rally world, significantly affecting performance and including online play too. Check it out, this game is also set to be released later this year on October 13 and coming to basically every single console in addition to PCs. At number 3, another off-road racing game you might want to keep an eye out for would be Dakar Desert Rally, a game technically inspired by off-road endurance races. This game is described to be the biggest and most epic off-road rally racing adventure to be developed ever, with a single-player campaign and online co-op, and about north of 30 plus stages and stuff. Here's the trailer. This game's set to be coming to PCs and consoles sometime later this year. Coming up behind that, we have once again F1 22 coming our way this year, introducing all F1 new cars through tunnels and all sorts of nonsense, then incorporating, as described by developers, new physics, visuals, and also sound effects. Well, of course, more. Here's a trailer. Not really much to talk about with this one. This game's on its way to PCs and consoles in about a few days from now. For those of you who actually been waiting, MX Sports Pro Racing, on the other hand, just came out and announced that MX vs ATV Legends is now, well, technically the sequel to the real popular off-road racing franchise from THQ Nordic, will be released on June 28th and on PCs, consoles as well, obviously, both generation. Here's how it actually looks like, and to accompany the good news, folks also then came up with another trailer. Take a look. An open world driving and lifestyle experience in a real world location, built on a one-on-one scale. That is technically the description for Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown over here, an open world, obviously, as I've said it, racing game with the aim of making the most of the technology in the latest consoles and maximizing the overall quality of the game. Here's how it actually looks like. This game's also coming to consoles and PCs, Switch included, via the cloud service, early to mid next year. At number 6, well, if you're in for some good old arcade-esque racing experience, I would say CarX Streets is probably one of the games you should keep an eye out for. A game that technically revolves around street racing at night and once set in an open world and through multiple maps as well. Besides the fact that this game looks absolutely visually stunning, it is also releasing on PCs only and on September 8th this year. Up next, and this has actually gathered quite a bit of hype since announcement, we have Disney Sandstorm, technically a free to download and play upon release game, with some sort of a seasonal model coming up with more characters, cars, maps, and etc. A hero-based battle racing game, as you can see, set in high-speed circuits inspired by Disney, Pixar worlds, and a lot more. Take a look. Redout, on the other hand, is scheduled to arrive on the Nintendo Switch later this year, in addition to PCs, possibly around November. If you do like racing games, which is just kind of a dumb question at this point, you're actually in for a mad amount of hype through different parts of the world where your main goal is to just simply live to finish the line, like blowing up cars, flying, and even boss fights. Check it out, just in case you missed this one. At number 10, it is Kart Racer Drift, well, probably the only free-to-play cross-platform kart racer on the way to consoles and PCs, as stated by developers, however, where you get to race together anytime, anywhere, and an easy-to-pick-up online racing. And this also said to offer the fastest drift-filled racing experience ever. Here's the trailer. This game's said to be coming out to PCs, Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4 early to mid next year.
I'll trick ya one way or another. I'm gonna lose ya. I'm gonna trick you one. One way or another. I wanna get right. I see it all. I find out who you go. One way or another. Where I can see it all. I find out who you go. One way or another. I wanna where I can see it all. I find out who you go.
Coming up behind that, we've got Turbo Sloths, what is described by the developers as a whole new racing universe, in which your primarily objective is to just drive as fast as possible. The premise also is that you're here to enter a wasteland and prove that you're just the one and only madman for speed. Check it out, this game's also coming to PCs July 27 this year. At number 12, I guess, by 34 Big Things and first release all the way 2017 originally, we have Redout 2, technically a tribute to anti-gravity racing games. The new game, however, is definitely got some fresh ideas to the table, stuff like a career mode, arena events, and even some boss fights. This game is pretty much available on Steam and other consoles right now, and you can play this one even online.
One, go!
Moving on, we've got Nano Racing, a somewhat reminiscent of old classic micro machine-based racing games. However, instead, here you actually get to race through living rooms and stuff and all kinds of places you're not supposed to drive through. This game's also using Unreal Engine 5 and set to support online co-op too eventually. Here's the trailer. All we know is that this game's coming to PC sometime later this year. And last but not least, guys, we have by Sky Devil Palm, a retro-themed racing game in the making going by Victory Hits Rally. This game's on its way to PCs and Switch. A limited time demo is currently available on Steam for it, and the full game is set to be coming out later this year. Take a look.